Hey everyone, my name is Jessie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about the books that I read in the month of July. In total, I read 5 books. I read 1 young adult fantasy, I read 2 adult fantasies, and I read 2 adult contemporaries. For ratings, I had 3 books with a 3-star rating and 2 books with a 4-star rating. So overall, okay reading month, not my best. I did get married this month, so that is why this isn't quite as high of a reading count for me. Starting with my least favorite book of the month, and that would probably be Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. I do have a full review that I posted on my channel on Monday, and I will link that right above here. So if you're interested in checking it out, definitely look at that review. I have a spoiler section and a spoiler-free section, so either way you want that review, it's there for you. This book is described as a young adult fantasy, cross between Mulan and Project Runway. To me, it felt like a lot of other young adult fantasies that I've read. It didn't offer up a lot that was unique and interesting, and kind of felt like it had some pacing problems and felt like multiple books in one book, which I wasn't crazy about. So again, I'm not going to talk too much about it. If you want to see the review, check it out. And moving on. The next book I have that was a 3-star rating is The Fans of Mourning by Brandon Sanderson. This was the 3rd book in the 2nd era of the Mistborn saga, I guess you could call it at this point. I'm just not as big of a fan of the 2nd era of Mistborn novels as I was of the 1st era. I thought the 1st era is one of my favorite fantasy series of all time, and this one just didn't quite have that same magic. It was great being back in the world. It had really interesting characters, and again, it's Brandon Sanderson, so it's a lot better than maybe a ton of other fantasy books out there, but for me, it just kind of fell short, and I found my mind wandering a lot. I did more of an in-depth review on this in a recent reads video that I'll link up there, so if you want to check that out, you can. But yeah, 3 out of 5 stars, so wasn't crazy about it. The last book I had that was a 3-star read was The Last Anniversary by Liane Moriarty. Liane Moriarty is the author of Big Little Lies, What Alice Forgot, The Husband's Secret, all of which are so much better than this one. Not to say that this was horrible. I liked it well enough. I just thought it had one too many perspectives. It was a family drama, lots of different stories coming together and kind of colliding into one. Again, it was good. It had some great characters. It had some great moments. But it just went on for a little bit too long and had, I think, one too many characters and perspectives told. So 3 out of 5 stars for The Last Anniversary. Read Big Little Lies, read What Alice Forgot, read The Husband's Secret, read 3 Wishes by Liane Moriarty before you read The Last Anniversary. All of those I enjoyed much more. And then the first 4-star read book that I had was The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. This one I also did more of a review on in the recent reads video with The Fans of Mourning, so if you want to take a look at that, I describe it a lot more. This one is a magical book. It's a fantasy. It follows these 2 magicians that are competing in this mysterious competition that takes place at a circus. And it's so atmospheric. It's very, very magical. The setting is wonderful. The writing is beautiful. I just felt very confused at times. The writing at times was a little too flowery and left a little too much to the imagination for me, where it kind of confused me at times, and I was like, am I just dumb or am I just not getting it? So overall though, I loved the reading experience of this book, and I can see why it's so hyped up. It just didn't totally meet my expectations or exceed those expectations that I had, and they were pretty high just because of what I've heard about it. So 4 out of 5 stars. It was still a really great read. I recommend it to any and everyone who love fantasy books, love magical settings and circuses. You'll probably love this book. You might just be a little confused, like I was. last book that I read in the month of July, not August, August is now, July, was my favorite, and that is Light Between Oceans by M.L. Stedman. This also received a 4 out of 5 stars from me. This book is about a husband and wife who live at a lighthouse. The husband is the light keeper of that lighthouse, and the story kind of begins with their marriage and them trying to have children and can't, and then all of a sudden a little baby washes up on the shore of the lighthouse with a dead father in the boat with the little baby. So the little baby's all alone. So the couple decides to take this baby as their own, and things proceed, and it's not good, and it's really sad, and it was just made me very emotional. It was a very tough read, but it was so wonderful, and it's one of those that sticks with you. It definitely leaves you thinking about it after you've finished it. I did more of a review in that recent reads video as well, so if you want to see me talk more about this, definitely check it out. But overall, I really enjoyed this book. It's sad, it's very impactful, it makes you hate characters that you're supposed to love and love characters you're supposed to hate, and you don't really know who to root for, and I loved it. So definitely recommend The Light Between Oceans if you're looking for more of that heavier family contemporary drama. So those are the 5 books that I've read in the month of July. Have you read any of those books? If you have, leave some comments down below. What was your favorite book that you read in July? I'd love to know. I'm always looking for new recommendations. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I release new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And until next time, bye!